Hello friends, this is Akash Misar here and welcome back to my YouTube channel, that is Mechanical Engineering Make Easy. In that I make video for mechanical engineering concepts to clear all the concepts of mechanical engineering. So in that I am moving with engineering mechanics. This is ninth lecture of engineering mechanics, and in that we are going to start one new topic, that is analysis of truss. This may be last lecture of engineering mechanics, because mechanics, in case of mechanics, we don't have directly questions. The all the basics which is required for SOM and TOM, that I have covered up till now. So if you haven't watched my all videos, then go to my channel. I have designed separate playlists for all separate subjects. Like for engineering mechanics also I have designed separate playlists, so go there, watch that all videos, and stay tuned for latest updates, and like, share and subscribe my channel. So today we will start with one topic, that is analysis of truss. Okay, so what exactly analysis of truss is nothing but calculation of forces on the moments or the elements. If there is one truss, okay, wait for 1 minute. If there is one truss that will have number of members, likewise I have shown you here. Okay, this is very simplest form of truss, and as I have given you idea in previous lecture, that the truss which will have elements joined with pin joints. Okay, so these are pin joints there. This is member 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, total 7 elements are there, and this is very simplest form of truss, we can say. So the calculation of forces on members. Okay, so as these 7 members are there, and we are going to calculate all the forces which are acting on these 7 members, that may be compressive force, etc, etc. And again there is one point, that is nothing but all the members will be two force members only, means only horizontal force or vertical force. So we will look, I have only given you basic idea about analysis of truss. What exactly analysis of truss? That is nothing but to calculate forces which are acting on the members of truss. Then assumption. Okay, for calculating all the forces we need to have some assumptions. Like first assumption is nothing but all the joints will be pin joints, and that joints will be frictionless. Yes, and these are all the assumptions, these are ideal conditions. Practically there may be variation in that. As first assumption is all joints will be pin joints and frictionless. Yes, there will be chances that all joints will be pin joints, but pin joints are not frictionless joints. Okay, there will be always some friction. So this is assumption that we have made, that is that joints will be frictionless joints. Then next will be loaded at joints only at joints. For example, at this joint, this joint, this joint, maybe at this joint, this joint, we are only loading at the joints, not at the mid of any member. This is also assumption here. Then next is truss is a perfect truss. Okay, what exactly the definition of truss? That is nothing but the members will be connected, but in such a shape that the truss will not going to deflect. Okay, the deflection of truss will not be there, and that is called as the perfect truss. Means the relative motion of any element of that truss will not happen there. Okay, that is nothing but perfect truss, means that truss will be rigid truss. Then next is the members are straight, uniform and two force members. Okay, all the members will be straight, which have a uniform cross section, and all members will be two force members, only vertical and horizontal. Okay, this will be vertical force, this will be horizontal force. That force, all the members will have only two kind of forces, that is vertical force and horizontal force. Yes, ultimately this is also assumption, and in practically there may be chances that inclined forces will be there. So we will divide that force into horizontal and vertical force with that orthogonal force division method. Okay, so next assumption is nothing but the weight is neglected. Weight of truss elements is neglected here. Okay, practically there will be weight of every element, that may be 2 kg, 5 kg, 100 kg, but while going through analysis of truss we will neglect the weight of that truss. Okay, these are some assumptions we have done for analysis of truss. Then next we will look the methods of analysis. Methods of analysis. There are majorly three methods of analysis. First is joints method, then next is section method, and third is graphical method. Okay, what exactly joints method is? Joints method means we will simply disassemble all the truss, and at the joints we will consider all the forces, and according to that we will calculate the forces. I will give you a brief idea of joints. Then next method is nothing but method of section. Means at any plane, for example at this plane I have made section here, so three joints are here, two joints are here. So after making section I will be have some values of forces here, some values of forces here. According to that I will calculate the forces. This is nothing but method of section. And next is graphical method. Means by graphically I will draw the graphical representation of this truss. I will calculate the forces graphically. That is nothing but graphical method. But as per our syllabus is concerned, only the method of joints is too much important. So we will look exactly what exactly the method of joints, how we need to go for method of joints. Okay, so now we will go with method of joints. Okay, so now we will start exactly the analysis of truss with the help of method of joints. So first step in method of joint, that is nothing but check the stability of truss by n equal to 2j minus 3. What are the parameters? N is nothing but number of members. Okay, here the number of members are 7, so 7 equal to 2 into j is nothing but number of joints. So how much joints? 1 2 3 4 5. So total joints are 5. And what exactly 3 is nothing but r. And what exactly that r? That is nothing but number of reaction component. And here, as this is a simple truss, the reaction components will be only 3. That is okay, so that's why this will be there. So 2 into 5 will be 10 minus 3, that will give us value of 7. So as this equation is satisfied by this truss, so ultimately this truss is stable truss. Okay, this is first step. Then next step is not okay, but before that, if there is cantilever beam, okay, there may be chances that this truss is only have supported at this point and not at this point, maybe. Okay, and here that will be directly fixed. If so that truss will act as a cantilever beam, so in that case this reaction component, that is r, will be equal to 4 reactions will be there. Okay, so note down this point is too much important. But as per again our numericals concerned, 99% we need to use here value, that is nothing but 3. Okay, then next is consider FBD of entire truss and compute reaction. Okay, what is next step? That is nothing but consider FBD. For example, this is our truss, and there may be chances that one force is acting here, maybe of 10 Newton. Okay, assume that we have applied one 10 Newton force at this joint. So ultimately this truss will be supported at this point and at this point. So if we are considering the FBD of this truss, and we will calculate the reaction component, this will be R1 and R2 maybe. Okay, so considering FBD of all the truss, we will calculate the reaction components where the truss is supported. At that points we need to calculate the reaction components depending on how much force is acting, at which place that force is acting. So we will calculate that reaction. And okay, how we can calculate, that is nothing but summation of fx equal to 0, then summation of fy equal to 0, and summation of moment equal to 0. Okay, these three conditions of equilibrium we need to use for calculate the reactions at both ends. Okay, this is again as simple as that. In case of SOM, we uses for calculation of reaction, that is nothing but there may be one simply supported beam. Okay, and at that beam may be UDL, UVL or point load, and depending on that we calculate the reaction components. Again here is also the same case is there. We are going to calculate the reaction components as same as that in case of SOM. So we will calculate the reaction components. Then next step is nothing but select a joint such that two maximum unknown forces are there. Okay, there are different joints. Okay, like this is all 7 members are there, okay, and 5 joints are there. So there may be chances that, for example, at this the vertical force, that is reaction component, is there. Again from this direction the force will be there, and as the member is here also, so here what will happen, the 3 forces will be there, 3 unknown forces. But again, if we are going to calculate the R1 first, then we will know these R1. So ultimately only 2 unknown forces will be there, so we can consider this joint also. According to that, we will consider all the joints, and at the first, okay, means what exactly the case here, we will consider all the joints and draw FBD for all the joints, okay. So after that, what we will get to know that all the joints, there will be some unknown forces and there will be some known forces. So ultimately, firstly we need to consider the joint which will have maximum 2 unknown forces, because we can calculate maximum 2 unknown forces at the first only. After that, if this force is known to us and this force is known to us, ultimately at this joint also this force will be same here in this direction. Likewise, we will move further, okay. If you are not getting at this moment while solving numericals, I will give you idea about all these process. But before that, only consider that we need to consider first joint which will have maximum only 2 forces unknown there. So we can calculate that 2 forces, and according to that we will consider next joint, next joint, next joint. So all the forces will be calculated depending on that, considering one joint at a time, and we will consider all the joints likewise, and we will calculate all the forces there, draw FBD of all the joints, and okay, with the help of sine rule. For example, I have considered this joint 1. So here is one force will be there, here is one force is there, and here is one force is there, okay. So these forces direction may change, but this kind of force is there, so I can draw this force likewise. So now, as there are 3 forces and one force is known to us, that is nothing but R1, this may be F1 and F2. So now we can use here sine rule, and we can calculate the remaining 2 forces, because we will know the angles here. So according to angles and one known force, we can calculate the remaining 2 forces. This is with the help of sine rule, okay. So according to that, at all the joints, if there are only 3 forces, then we can use sine rule and we can calculate number of forces there. So this is basic of to consider FBD of all the joints and calculate all the forces. And there may be chances that if there is not applicability of sine rule, then we can use consider, that is summation of fx equal to 0 and summation of fy equal to 0. If sine rule is not applicable to any joint because of maybe the case that there are not only 3 forces, there are 4 forces likewise. So in that case we can use summation of fx equal to 0, summation of fy equal to 0. In that case, what we need to do, this f2 we need to consider into horizontal and vertical components, and after that at the last we will going to calculate f2 directly, okay. That's the case. While solving numericals, definitely I will give you idea about that also. So if there is not applicability of sine rule, then we will consider summation of fx equal to 0, summation of fy equal to 0, okay. Then next is nothing but there are some chances, like here I have shown you, as on this member and on this joint and this joint there is no any extra forces there. So ultimately, if I have considered this joint here and I have calculated the value of F2 here, so ultimately at this joint the force which is upward from this joint will be same of F2, okay, that magnitude will be same. So by observation also we can know some values of forces. Likewise, I have only given you example of this member, but in number of cases there will at least one force is there, that will we can calculate that force by observation itself, and after that we will okay. So this is all the process of method of joint. I will clear you within 1 minute, okay. Firstly consider the FBD of all truss, okay, but before that check by that equation, that is n equal to 2j minus 3, that stability of truss. After that assume the FBD of whole truss, then calculate the reaction components. Then what we will do, FBD, we will draw FBD of all the joints, okay, and according to FBD of all the joints, we will first consider the joint which will have maximum 2 forces unknown, then we will calculate that forces, and according to that we will move further for all the joints. And in that, if there is sine rule applicable, then we will use sine rule, otherwise we can use summation of fx equal to 0 and summation of fy equal to 0, and by observation also we can know some values of forces. So this is all about method of joint. Too much easy method is it is only some calculation part is more, but very easiest method is this, so you can use this method everywhere. Okay, so this is all about method of joint, and if you are enjoying my session, then please like, share and subscribe. Now we will move towards our last topic, that is nothing but bonus point. Okay, if you have any doubt, then let me know in comment box. I will definitely try to remove your doubt. Bonus point. So what exactly bonus point? That is nothing but frames. Okay, as we have studied trusses, what exactly truss is? There will be a 2 force member will be there, and the forces will act on the joints only, etc, etc. The different cases are there. But in case of frames, frames will also have the structure like truss. Okay, but only the difference is that in case of trusses, what was the case there? That is nothing but we are only applying forces on joints. Okay, but in case of frames, there will be at least one member that will have the forces at inward side also, likewise in this direction, this direction, this direction. The forces will not be only at joints, and the forces will be on frame or that members also. That is nothing but frame. Okay, this is nothing but frame, that is nothing but straight or bent members and pin joint. And there is not such a case that we will only use straight members. Here we can use bent members also. Okay, here also we can use bent members also. In case of frames, we can use bent members also, but in case of truss, we can use only straight members. And again, one assumption is same, that is nothing but pin joints. Okay, and next is there will at least one multi-force member. Likewise, I have shown here what exactly multi-force member is. Means that on member the forces will be applied. Okay, which is called as multi-force member. And for the frames, the analysis will be same. Okay, the analysis will be same, but only for that multi-force member the analysis will change. Other force members, the analysis will be same as a truss. So for only multi-force members, what will change there? That is nothing but apply 3 boundary conditions. That is nothing but summation of fx equal to 0, summation of fy equal to 0, and summation of moment equal to 0. In previously, while analysis of truss, for calculation of forces, we was only considering 2 cases. What was that? That is nothing but summation of fx equal to 0 and summation of fy equal to 0. But if there is any multi-force member, then for that case we need to consider 3 conditions here. That is nothing but summation of fx equal to 0, summation of fy equal to 0, and summation of moment equal to 0. Okay, so this is only the difference between trusses and frames. Other points are same as a truss. So if there is any numerical comes to solve the numerical of frames, then also you can use same method, that is method of joints. But only if there is any multi-force member, then for that assume one additional condition, that is summation of moment equal to 0. Okay, so this is what all about analysis of trusses, analysis of frames. And in next lecture I will come up with our new subject, that is nothing but strength of material. And in the future, if I will get to know that any topic is remaining from engineering mechanics, then obviously I will add the lecture of engineering mechanics also. But up till now I have covered all the syllabus of engineering mechanics, and in next lecture I will come up with strength of materials. So we will meet again. Stay tuned. Thank you friends.